Hey there, Jena here. Jena says, hi, how you doing? It's Monday, and the beauty of having only 2 subscribers on my YouTube channel is that I feel like I can say anything I want. Then again, I feel like regardless of how many subscribers I have, I'll wind up saying whatever the fuck I want anyway. I've been doing the Mel Robbins challenge. Mel Robbins, I've been following her for a while. She is an inspiration. She's a role model. She comes at life authentically. She talks about confidence as being able to show up for yourself, she also acknowledges that it's so much more. It's taking action. It's being your authentic self. It's about saying what the fuck you want, to some degree. Also, it's a whole lot more than that. It's not boastful. It's not how you walk into the room with your shoulders back and your head high. That creates an illusion of confidence sometimes. Sometimes it's showing the confidence that does exist. But oftentimes, it's a mask that a lot of us wear. We want people to think that we're confident in ourselves. We want people to think that we're that person that they can count on. Thing is, yeah, we may very well be that person that they can count on, but we gotta be that person that we can count on. We gotta be willing to step out on a limb by ourselves, to know that within us is that power, that strength, that ability to shine, to do whatever the hell it is that we're wanting to do. It's acknowledging that we're a role model. Yeah, you're a role model too. Every freaking one of us influences someone. You may not even know it, but someone's watching you as an example. Someone is watching you so that they can figure out how they do life. I don't know about you, but that makes me want to show up bigger and brighter and bolder. That makes me want to fill my life with purpose, chase my dreams, recognize my fears, recognize why I haven't done this shit before, and move past it. I'm a girl who has spent some time at therapy. Everyone thought I needed it. It's a little cantankerous, a little bit of a rebel at times, a little bit unorthodox with my thinking. Whenever I think back to being a kid and one of my biggest roles where I decided to defy my parents was I made friends with every group. I didn't care if you were the stoner. I didn't care if you were the basketball team. I didn't care if you played in the band or the orchestra, the drama club. I cared about who you were. I cared about how I felt whenever I was around you. I cared about the energy that you had. And if you had energy that made me feel more energetic, made me feel good about myself, that's where I wanted to be around. Had nothing to do with whether or not you were a cheerleader. Had nothing to do with whether or not you were popular. I was a little social butterfly. And my parents, on more than one occasion, would say things like, Jena, I don't want you hanging out with those people. But they had taught me the golden rule, to treat others as I wanted to be treated. I wanted to be treated Like, it didn't matter if I was an honor student, which I was. It didn't matter if I was confident. It didn't matter if I was on the drill team, a cheerleader, if I hit varsity, if I had a leather jacket, if I ran track, if I won the race. What mattered was who I was when I was doing those things. What mattered was who I was. I was defiant. I wanted to let everybody know that they were freaking awesome. There was one girl that I remember going along with the crowd. And we all made fun of her. I don't understand why, still to this day. She was beautiful. She was smart. She walked the halls like she didn't hear one damn word that we said. Now, many moons have passed and many years have gone by, and we're friends. She's not holding grudges for things that I did whenever I was 14, 15, 16 years old. She sees me for the person that I am today, and that's phenomenal. What I had to do was forgive myself for following along, for not standing up for her whenever I knew I should have. And I knew I should have. I knew it. But there was part of me that was scared to do it. And I think that's whenever a lot of shaming and self-doubt and insecurities really started to surface in my life. They started to surface in choices that I made. I made some horrible choices. Horrible choices that were based from fear, from peer pressure, from not recognizing or not having a strong enough belief in who I am. And I continued to make those choices. This sounds so dumb. When it comes to dating, relationships, men, yeah. I never set my eyes on a guy and said, I want to be with him. Well, sometimes I would for a little bit. I was quickly rejected. I based my relationships on who was actually willing to be with me. Because since the ones that I had picked out that were suitable suitors had rejected me, I just figured I was not good pickings. That I was the bottom of the barrel. I didn't have some weird thought that said, well, you know, if I wait long enough, if I believe in myself enough, if I show myself that love, someone else will come along and show me that love too. Instead, the first guy who would ask me out and then go out with me again, and then go out with me again, tried, showed me he cared, showed me he thought I was pretty, at least pretty enough for him. I accepted that. However, I still have parts of that strong personality. I still have that rebel that believes in doing unto others as I want that done to me. So as I would do unto them, as I would hope that they would do unto me, resentment grew. Because the guy that I settled for, he's not the one that's going to do for me what I'm going to do for him. Wow. This talk took a whole different channel than I expected, a whole different direction. I didn't know I was going to get on here and talk about Jena says dating sucks. I don't want anyone to go through life settling for her or for him, for the her or the him that just stuck around. I want you to go out and find the one that, like, I want to go out eventually and find the one that just feels good. There's no falling. There's no butterflies. There's nothing that makes me nervous or anxious or scared. I want the energy that feels like someone's there beside me. That I have found someone that's willing to treat me the way I'm willing to treat them. That's willing to give back the love that is given, the attention. The shared desires. Instead of giving up my life for someone else's goals, I want someone who's willing to help me reach mine as I help them reach theirs. And our goals are should always be changing. I mean, each day I have a goal of being better Jena today than I was yesterday, of being a better mom, of being a better friend, being a better coach, being more productive and fully active in this life instead of just letting it freaking happen to me. I'm done settling. I'm done settling when it comes to career. I'm done settling whenever it comes to how I feel about myself. I'm done settling just for a free dinner and for someone to tell me I'm pretty. I know I'm pretty-ish. I know I'm worthy. I'm worthy of a whole lot more than I've ever given myself. I don't know how to pinpoint when that doubt of self started, but it starts with all of us. This goes back to an analogy from Mel Robbins. Whenever we were little babies, we came into this world loving ourselves. And this image is so big to me. We used to crawl up to mirrors before we could walk and give ourselves big old open mouth sloppy kisses. That's how much we loved ourselves. We loved our reflection. Whenever we did something that we thought was amazing, we wanted everyone to see it. Whenever we learned how to do something new, look at me, look at me, look at me. And now so many of us are even afraid to be seen. So afraid to be seen that we don't even allow ourselves to see ourselves. One day we were too loud, too rambunctious. One day we said something inappropriate. One day we got shushed. We all get shushed. And then we started shushing ourselves. In order to fit in order to be okay, in order to get that approval from someone whose approval we thought we had to have. I don't need anyone else's approval. Except for my own. If someone questions how I love my kids, one of them's inside right now, that's why I look that direction and just smile, then they don't know me. I know me. I know that they didn't come with instruction manuals. I know I'm gonna fuck up. I also know that they know that I know that I'm gonna fuck up. That they know that I'm trying. That they know that they don't have an instruction manual. They know that I'm willing to watch them fall down. I'm willing to watch them learn. I'm willing to see them navigate this life. And that I'm here to cheer them on. I just hope that I've also instilled them with the ability to cheer themselves on. So, why is it so much easier to cheer for others than it is to cheer for ourselves? To have that celebration, to have that inner workings. So, tracing back to me being a Mel Robbins junkie. She's doing the High Five Challenge. Her new book, it's amazing, it's great. I recommend everybody read it. I recommend everybody do part of this challenge. I was part of those people in the beginning that saw her post whenever she first recognized the power of the high five. That was in January. And I did it. I was giving myself high fives every day. And you know what was happening? I decided to become a coach. I got my certifications. I did all the schooling. I did all the work to become a coach. Which, let's be honest, I'd already been coaching as a weight loss coach, which is still coaching because I went farther behind what was required for me from that job because I saw that the people inside were weighed down by a whole lot more than weight. And I know that you can't wait until you've lost the weight to start loving yourself. So I would encourage them to give themselves high fives. I would encourage them to say affirmations to themselves in the mirror. I would encourage them to lean in and listen to what their gut was saying. Whenever they were faced with choices, how to step in and look, just take a pause and go, if I make this choice, here's what happens. Whew. And that's how I felt in that choice. And then this other choice, if I choose A, this is how I felt about it. It hasn't happened yet, but this is what the repercussions are, the consequences, good or bad. And then let's lean into B. What does that feel like? Best way to make a decision, to me, is by really leaning in and get curious about why you're making the decision, why it's happening, what's going on with your life, how it will influence you. Not just going in because your best friend says you oughta. So I kept the high fives going for a while, and then life got busy. I quit doing it. And it's insane. As I sit here and look back, about the time I started not giving myself that daily, hey there, you got this. Keep your head up. I think you're amazing. I love you. The moment I stopped doing that, I was all of a sudden overwhelmed, frightened, terrified, didn't know how to make a move, and I got stuck. I was stuck in self-hate. I was stuck in disappointment. I was stuck feeling like an imposter. I'm not an imposter. And I couldn't figure out how to get out of it. Slowly, with the help of a coach, not with a therapist. No offense to therapy. Like I said, I've done it before, and I was never big at it because they seemed like the therapist that I went to wanted to take me back to some moment in my life where I had royally fucked up Either I had fucked up or something had been done to me, something had happened to me, and I felt like they wanted me to stay in that place. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to stay in that place of self-hate. I didn't want to stay where things had happened to me that shall not be discussed today. I wanted to be able to move past it. And through help of coaches, I was able to find that way to move out. Way to get out of my own fucking way, so to say. And unleash my power and realize my purpose. And my purpose is to help people get out of their own fucking way. I know what it's like to feel trapped. I know what it's like to be hurt by others. And then you find yourself in a sequence where you just do nothing but hurt yourself. Where you let the self-doubt take over. It happens. It happens to every one of us. You can be on cloud freaking 9 and someone says something knowingly or unknowingly that just all of a sudden everything went to shit. You were feeling great. You were feeling confident. And one little comment throws everything off. It's in those moments where coaching helps. You have a step. You know what to do. Whenever you feel that crash start to come in, instead of doing the thing that you've always done, which is stop and shudder and doubt and make a bad choice, you're able to recognize that feeling, recognize those fears, and make a step forward. There's a lot of power in that. All right. Jena's gonna have to say bye now. I gotta go fix lunch. Or at least supervise the cleanup of lunch, because I think they've already made it. Just know, I'm not going to delete this. I've uploaded this on my YouTube channel. I'm sticking with it. Maybe someday someone will watch it. Maybe someday it'll be forgotten. But maybe someday someone will watch it that needed to hear these words, needed to hear what I said, needed this message. As up and down and weird and sideways as my ramblings go, I just speak what I think. Oh my God, that dove scared the shit out of me. I speak what's on my heart. I'm not eloquent. I don't wait for perfection or until I've practiced it 1,000 times to feel like it's okay to share with the world. I'm just getting on here to say what I feel needs to be said in that moment, whether anyone watches or not. Maybe it's my own journal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you understand this mixture of emotions, let me know. If I said something that connected with you, let me know. I would love to explore that. I really would. I'd love to help you find the cheerleader within you to cheer for yourself. I would love to help you get back up, look in that mirror, and think about giving yourself sloppy open mouth kisses. Oh, no kisses like those from the babies. Love you guys. Jena says, have a great day. Jena says, make today better than yesterday. And always be yourself. Even when you don't know exactly what that is. And don't settle for anything less.